Hello! Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Amanda and I'm one of the storytellers at the Ann Arbor District Library, and I'm so glad to see you here for a story time from my big blue couch. We've got some fun stuff planned, but before we get to that, one thing to let you know about if you are watching this in the summer 2020, our summer game is happening, and today's game code is Silly Goose. Silly Goose. If you go to play.aadl.org, you can enter that code and get points and use your points to shop our summer game shop. If you don't know what I'm talking about, visit our website and find out all about it. Anybody can play the summer game. You silly goose. All right, friends, are you ready to start our stories today? Let's bring out Mr. Knickerbocker. Can you show me your two hands? There's one. There's two. Let's make a beat. Mr. Knickerbocker, Knickerbocker, number 9. I just got back and I'm feeling fine. So let's get the rhythm of the hands. Now we've got the rhythm of the hands. Now let's get the rhythm of the eyes. Now we've got the rhythm of the eyes. Now let's get the rhythm of our hips. Now we've got the rhythm of our hips. Now let's get the rhythm of the number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What? You want to do 10? One more? Okay, 10. Ooh, that's better, adding 10. A nice round number. But hey, after 10 big claps, look what our hands can do. They can open and they can shut. We know that song. Let us open, shut them, open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Lay them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, creep them, creep them, creep them. Right up to your chin. Open wide your little mouth. Ah. But do not let them in. No way. Roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them. Just like this. Really fast, super fast, so fast. And roll them really slow. And wave them, wave them, wave them, wave them. Blow a little kiss. Mwah! Very nice. What a great way to get ready for stories. I wonder what they're about. Did you notice we've got banana mail back here? Let's open our banana mail and find out what we have today. Banana mail, banana mail, banana mail, banana mail, banana mail. I wonder what's inside. I think it's a cow, for sure. No? Panda bear? No? A turnip? No, why would a turnip be in here? I mean, it is gardening season. Maybe I should just open and see what's inside. Are you ready to look? It's a letter. We got mailed a letter. Let's see what letter we got sent today in our banana mail. Look at that letter. What letter is that? What letter is that? That is letter L. L. L says its own sound. L says L. L is for letter. Can you think of words that start with L? Like, love, letter? Does your name start with an L? Lily, Lucy, like Miss Lucy, our storyteller. L is for Laura, another storyteller we know. L is for lettuce, yum. L is for Link, Lincoln log. L is for Lego. L is for little, Louisiana, latitude. L is for loose. L is for laughter. L is for laugh. I think we should do stories all about laughing. Now, sometimes when we laugh, we say hee 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 hee, or sometimes we say ha 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 ha, or sometimes we say ho 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 ho, or sometimes we're laughing so hard, nothing comes out of our mouth. That's my favorite kind of laugh. Have you ever laughed so hard at something that you started to cry? You were laughing so hard? That is a wonderful way to laugh. Well, L is for laugh. I'm going to put the letter L down here and think of some fun stories for us that have laughing and giggling in them. Before we start, though, do you think we should all do a little bit of a laugh? What kind of a laugh do you want to do? Think of your laugh, and on the count of 3, we'll all laugh together. You ready? 1, 2, 3. That was a real laugh because I think that's kind of silly. All right, friends. We are at story time. We've got to be serious, right? But we'll also have lots of laughing. I think so. This very first story is a story. I don't have the book. It is a folk tale about a coyote. Now, if you know stories about coyotes, coyote is a trickster. Kind of like that spider called Anansi. Well, coyote is a trickster too. Coyote is always playing tricks on other animals. And the other animals don't like it one bit. Well, this story is about a coyote and some beautiful butterflies. It is called Coyote and the Laughing Butterflies. Once upon a time, there was a coyote. Coyote lived with his wife on a mesa on top, overlooking many little hills. And around those hills was a giant lake that everybody called Salt Lake. They called it Salt Lake because the lake was so salty that salt crystals formed all around the edge of the lake. They did. And all the animals would go down to the lake and dig up a bunch of salt and bring it back home to use in their cooking in their kitchens. Now, Coyote and his wife loved to cook, and they loved using that salt. Well, one thing you should know about Coyote as well, he's pretty lazy. He is a lazy coyote. And one afternoon, he was just loafing about, doing nothing. And his wife said, Coyote, we are going to cook a feast. We are hosting a party tonight. We're hosting a party. Do you think you could go down to that lake and bring me back some nice salt to use? Well, I think salt sounds nice for our dinner party. Yes, indeed. So that lazy coyote, he picked up his sack and he took his time and he headed down to Salt Lake. He took the long way. He looked at the sun and the flowers and the butterflies flying, and oh, what a day. He made it all the way to Salt Lake. He put down that sack and whew, it got hot in that sun. Ooh. You know, I think I've got a little bit of time before that dinner. I think I'll just sit down and have a nice little rest. So no time at all. That coyote was sleeping. He was lazy. He was supposed to be getting that salt. Now, next to the Salt Lake was a beautiful valley of flowers. Oh, bees like to fly. Butterflies like to fly. Well, the butterflies in this story were flying around on that bunch of flowers. And they looked over and they saw Coyote. And, well, Coyote was sleeping. And that was a very good chance. Their turn. These butterflies decided they wanted to play a trick on Coyote. He was always playing tricks, and now that he was sleeping, it was their turn to play a trick on Coyote. So, those butterflies picked up the coyote who was sleeping. They picked up that sleeping coyote and his empty sack, lifted them up into the sky, and then the butterflies flew Coyote and that empty sack all the way home and set them down at his house. And those butterflies, they flew away and they were giggling. They were laughing. They were giggling at themselves, for they had played a trick on Coyote. They liked this. Well, back at home, Coyote was sleeping. His wife saw him and wasn't happy. Coyote! What? Coyote! The sack is empty. Where's the salt? We are supposed to cook together for our dinner party. Huh? What? Coyote, please, I don't have time. Can you please help out? Oh, well, yes. I will go right away. So Coyote picked up his empty sack, And once again, he headed down to Salt Lake. Zip, zip, zoom! Stop. He was going as fast as he could be, but then he was stopped by a big lizard lazing and lounging on a rock, soaking up the sun. And Lizard said, Coyote, why are you in such a hurry? Why don't you sit and relax in the sun with me for a minute? And Coyote thought, oh, that looks like fun. I would love to, but I can't. I'm on a mission. I've got to get salt and take it back home. Suit yourself, said that lizard, lounging and lazing in the sun. And Coyote grabbed his sack and zip, zip, zoom! He made it all the way to the edge of the lake. And he was out of breath. He had ran so fast and so hard, he didn't want to waste a minute, but so tired. And he opened up his sack to fill it up, and his arms were shaking. He was so tired and out of breath. I should start exercising. He was such a lazy coyote. He sat down his sack, and I'm just going to rest a minute and collect my breath, then I'll get the salt in the sack. And you know what happened in no time at all. Coyote was sleeping. Well, those giggling butterflies, they wanted to play their trick again, so they picked up that lazy coyote and his empty sack up into the sky. And those butterflies laughed and bounced up and down. They bobbed up and down as they flew through the sky, laughing, carrying that coyote. They laid him down outside of his home on the mesa, and the butterflies flew back home. Oh, they were happy. They were playing their trick. Well, Coyote laid with that empty sack. His wife saw him. Coyote? Coyote! Huh? Coyote! The sack is empty. We really need salt for our dinner. Otherwise, we'll be serving up food that does not taste very good. We need seasoned food for our guests. But what? Coyote, one more chance. And if you can't get it, I'm just going to go myself or send somebody else. No! I am a good husband. I am a good coyote. I will go. So Coyote picked up his empty sack and zip, zip, zoom. He made it to Salt Lake in no time. I made it all the way here. I am such a good coyote. I am a good husband. And he opened up his sack. And he started to fill that sack with salt. He filled it with salt until it was so heavy and so full. He laid it down. He was proud of himself. He dusted off his shoulders. He sat there. I did such a good job. I think I deserve a little rest. Yes, I do. So Coyote sat down and he leaned up against that nice full salt sack and he used that pillow or that sack of salt for a pillow and he fell right to sleep. He did it again. Now those butterflies, they saw Coyote. But they felt bad for him. They didn't want to play a trick on him again. They didn't want him in trouble with his wife. Everybody was invited to this dinner. They knew about it. They were invited too. But they decided to do him a favor. They picked up Coyote and his full sack of salt. And they carried them all up in the sky. And the butterflies bobbed up and down as they laughed. They laughed and flew. And they set down Coyote and that full sack of salt, and they giggled away and went back home. And that Coyote laid there with that full sack of salt. His wife came along. Coyote! Huh? Oh, Coyote, you are such a good husband. You've done it. Look at this beautiful sack of salt. Come, let's go cook. So Coyote and his wife, they took that salt sack inside, and they cooked and cooked and cooked all afternoon. The sun started to set, their guests started to arrive, and they served a wonderful meal that was enjoyed by all. And those butterflies, they were still bobbing up and down, giggling. They can't laugh, they can't fly in a straight line because they're always laughing too hard. So now, friends, when you see butterflies in the sky, bobbing up and down as they fly, they're laughing, thinking about the time that they played that great trick on that tricky coyote. The end. Very good. Give yourselves a hand. Good listening ears, everybody. Sometimes folk tales are a little bit longer. We have to think about them a little bit more, but folk tales are wonderful stories to tell. Now, how about that coyote Boy, he was lazy and he was tricky. You know what? L is for lazy. All right, friends. Well, before our next story, I think we should do a song. Are you ready to shake? Shake those sillies out. When we are laughing, we are being silly. So let's shake those sillies out. Are you ready? I'm gonna shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Wiggle my waggles away. I'm going to clap, clap, clap my crazies out. Clap, clap, clap my crazies out. Clap, clap, clap my crazies out. Wiggle my waggles away. I'm going to jump, jump, jump my jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump my jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump my jiggles out and wiggle my waggles away. I'm gonna swim, swim, swim my sillies out. Swim, swim, swim my sillies out. Swim, swim, swim my sillies and wiggle my waggles away. One more time. I'm gonna shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies and wiggle my waggles away. I'm gonna wiggle my waggles away. Oh, fun. Give yourselves a hand. We've had lots of laughing and jumping and silliness. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a couple of breaths before our next story. We'll breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. You ready? Let's do one more. Oh, that is nice and relaxing. I think we are ready for our next story. This story is a bit of a folktale. It is called Honk, Honk, Hold Tight, and it is by Jessica Suhami. It is a picture book you can get from the library, and I don't have the book. I think it's in the other room. But it is called Honk, Honk, Hold Tight. And she makes beautiful pictures, and I tried to do my best to make some felt pieces that matched her pictures. This story starts with a princess named Alice. Once upon a time, there was a princess named Alice. Now, she was not like many princesses because this princess, Princess Alice, never smiled. She never laughed. She always had a frown. She was glum as glum could be. Look at that face. Well, her father, the king, was worried about her. Why doesn't my daughter laugh? She has a good life. We are happy here. She doesn't smile. He was worried. He decided he would try to make her laugh extra, extra hard, more than normal. So he balanced a cake on his nose. But she didn't laugh. He rode a unicycle backwards. Woo! He tipped over. Not a laugh, not a smile. He ran in circles really fast. She did not laugh. She did not crack a smile. He juggled. Whoops! She didn't laugh. Nothing would work. The king knew he needed help, so he called upon the kingdom to see if they could help. Anybody who can make my daughter laugh, I will share my kingdom with. Now, people heard about this king's proclamation, and they came from near and far to try to make the princess laugh. They wanted to live in the palace, too. So they lined up. Those people tried everything to make her laugh. But did the princess laugh? No. Did she smile? No, not Princess Alice. She was as glum could be. Well, there was a man named Peter who didn't live too far away, but he heard all about this princess who wouldn't laugh, and he thought that was the silliest thing he had ever heard. What? She's a princess! She has plenty of things to smile about, plenty of reasons to laugh. I'm gonna go and see this for myself. So Peter set off on his journey, and he brought with him some bread and some water, and he left home and headed towards the palace. Now, he didn't get very far when he was stopped by a woman in a beautiful, big, and flowing cloak covered in stars. And she stopped him. "Oh, excuse me, young man. I was just on a walk and I'm so tired and thirsty, and I was wondering if you had anything to spare." "Oh, of course. Here, you may take my bread and water. You need it more than I. I don't have far to travel." "Oh, thank you, my dear boy. You know, for your troubles, I feel like I should give you something." So she dropped the bread and water. She opened up her cloak, and out flew a golden goose. Look at that. It's a shiny, sparkly golden goose. That golden goose flew out of her cloak. "What?" Peter was shocked. She said, "Young man, take this with you on your travels, but I have to warn you. When you reach your hand out towards the goose, it'll yell, 'Honk, honk,' and you must, in reply, yell, 'Hold tight.'" And with that, the woman was gone. Peter reached his hand towards the goose to grab it, and the goose yelled, "Honk, honk." And what is Peter supposed to say? Hold tight. Can you say it with me? Hold tight. And poof, with that, the goose was stuck to Peter. Just like that. Now, in the story, there'll be more parts where the goose yells honk, honk. And when he does, I want you to help me yell hold tight, okay? So Peter held that goose, and off he traveled towards the palace. Let's put him way over here. Now, he didn't travel very far when there was a woman who saw Peter and that goose. And this woman was wearing a hat. And she thought, one of those gold feathers would look gorgeous in my hat. So she reached her hand out towards the goose to grab one. And as she reached out, the goose yelled, "Honk, honk." And Peter yelled, what? "Hold tight." And poof, with those magic words, the woman was now stuck to Peter. And Peter was stuck to that golden goose. Huh? But off they traveled, stuck like glue, up and down the hills. Well, there was a man who saw them, and that woman, she looked like she was in distress, and he wanted to save her. So he reached towards the woman to pull her away, and as he reached towards her, the goose yelled, "Honk, honk," and Peter yelled, "Hold tight." And poof, with those magic words, the man was stuck to the woman, and the woman was stuck to Peter, and Peter was stuck to that golden goose. They couldn't unstick themselves. They were stuck like glue. But off they traveled up and down the hills towards the kingdom to see that princess. Well, there was a baker who was standing in the window of her shop, and look at her. She had a bunch of sticky buns on her head. She saw that group, and she thought it was the funniest thing she ever saw, so she pointed and laughed. But as she pointed and laughed, she pointed a little too hard, and she reached her arm out. And the goose yelled, "Honk, honk," and Peter yelled, "Hold tight." And poof, with those magic words, the baker and her sticky buns were stuck to the man, and the man was stuck to the woman, and the woman was stuck to Peter, and Peter was stuck to that golden goose. Oh boy, they were stuck like glue, but off they headed towards the palace. They didn't travel too much further when they saw a sight. It was a clown dangling in the sky from a bunch of balloons, just floating. Now that clown was hungry, and he saw those sticky buns on that tray on that woman's head, and well, he wanted one. So he thought he would just reach down and grab a sticky bun. He reached and reached and reached, but as he reached, the goose yelled out, "Honk, honk," and Peter yelled, "Hold tight." And poof, just like that, the clown was stuck to the baker, who was stuck to the man, stuck to the woman, stuck to Peter, and Peter was stuck to that golden goose. Oh boy, they were stuck like glue, but still they traveled up and down the hills. Well, what they didn't know was that Princess Alice was up on the top of the castle looking out the window. And as she looked out the window, she looked down and she saw, well, the funniest thing. It was a bunch of people bobbing up and down, all stuck together. Why don't they let go? Something happened to her. She thought it was funny, and she started to giggle. Look at that. And then, well, she started to laugh. Pretty soon she was laughing so hard. She couldn't stop herself. And while the goose heard that laughter from afar, and the spell was broken, and poof, just like that, off flew the goose, and everybody became unstuck and ran back home. Now Peter just stood there, and he could hear some laughter. She was laughing so hard. Well, the king heard that laughter, and he came running. Oh, my princess, my daughter, Alice, Alice! And pretty soon, Alice was laughing, and Peter was laughing, and the king was laughing. Oh, it was a glorious day. They laughed and laughed and laughed until the sun set. The king was beside himself. He couldn't believe it. And he said, "My son, Peter! Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for coming and making my daughter laugh. As promised, you may stay at the kingdom with us. I will share everything with you." And they did just that. Peter came to stay with them. He lived there. He had his own area. They had their own area. It was wonderful. And every morning at breakfast, Peter told the funniest jokes. And the princess, did she laugh? You know it. She smiled and laughed every day forward. And after a while, Princess Alice got to thinking, a husband who makes me laugh would be quite wonderful. So she did it. She asked Peter to marry her. "Peter, will you marry me?" And Peter laughed. "Of course I will." So Peter and the princess were married. And do you know how they lived? Happily ever after. The end. And that is the story of Hong Kong Cold Tight, also known as the princess who never laughed. Well, friends, you've been wonderful listeners. Thank you so much for those stories. Now, since we're doing some silly things and giggly things and laughy things, I think we should do a little silly rhyme. Are you ready? I dropped my nose. Whoops! Pick it up, pick it up. I dropped my nose. Whoops! Pick it up, pick it up. I dropped my nose. Whoops! Pick it up, pick it up. Put it back on my face. My tongue feels weird. Does yours? I dropped my tongue. Bleh! Pick it up, pick it up. I dropped my tongue. Bleh! Pick it up, pick it up. I dropped my tongue. Bleh! Pick it up, pick it up. Put it back on my face. I dropped my ears. Whee! Pick 'em up, pick 'em up. I dropped my ears. Whee! Pick 'em up, pick 'em up. I dropped my ears. Whee! Pick 'em up, pick 'em up. Put 'em back on my head. I dropped my eyeballs. Boing! Pick 'em up, pick 'em up. I dropped my eyeballs. Boing! Pick 'em up, pick 'em up. I dropped my eyeballs. Boing! Pick 'em up, pick 'em up. Put 'em back on my head. Pick it, pick it, pick it, pick 'em up, pick 'em up. Pick it, pick it, pick it, pick 'em up, pick 'em up. Pick it, pick it, pick it, pick 'em up, pick 'em up, and put 'em back on my head. And there we are. We are all put back together. We are ready for one more story. This story is a book I want to read to you, and it is called Ha Ha Made You Laugh. 10 Big and Funny Lift the Flaps. All right, so in this one, I need your help. Now, I've laughed a lot during story time just because I'm being extra silly and thinking about laughing. And when I think about laughing, it makes me want to laugh even more. So I need your help. And this time in this book, we are going to laugh by saying, ha ha ha. Can you laugh? Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. All right. All right, here's some silliness. Look at these animals. They look silly to me. Make a funny face at the little monkey. Can you make a funny face at the monkey? These animals are all going to ask us to do something, and I want you to help at home by doing those things in the air with me. You ready? Make a funny face at the little monkey. You ready? Okay, now lift the flap. Ready to laugh? Ha ha ha! It's the king of funny faces. Ha ha! All right, next thing we have to do. Ooh, stick your tongue out at the elephant. Ah. Terrific. Now lift the flap. Ha ha! That will teach you to make a funny face at an elephant. Ooh, look at this one. Tap one of the camel's humps. Can you tap in the air? Where's it at? Over here. One of them. Gotcha. Now carefully lift the flap. Are you ready? Ha ha! You made one of the humps disappear. Ha ha ha! Ooh. Next, scratch the zebra's stripes. Ready to scratch them? Here they are. Awesome. Now lift the flap. Ha ha ha! Now you made the zebra's stripes disappear. Look at that. Oh, tickle this cute puppy. Tickle, 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 tickle. Aw, he is cute, isn't he? Now lift the flap. Ha ha ha! Fleas are popping all over. Oh, now fleas are no laughing matter if you ask me. Ooh, this one. Blow on the house of straw. You ready? Great. Now lift the flap. That was too hard. Okay, you ready again? Blow on this house of bricks. Are you ready? That was good. Now lift the flap. Ha ha ha! You can't blow this house down. Oh, this one. The hen is sleeping. Gently tap on the egg. Ready? Gentle. Nice. Now lift the flap. Ha ha! Crack! It's a little crocodile. Ooh. Now blow a kiss to this frog. You ready? Mwah. Nice. Now lift the flap. Ooh. Ha ha! Of course it's the prince. Who else could it be? Ooh. Now how about blowing a kiss to another frog? Mwah. Are you ready to lift the flap? Go ahead. Oh, let's try that again. Here we go. Ha ha! Still a frog, but he loves kisses. Mwah! The end. Ha ha! Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Oh ha he! Another funny little book. I know it's nice to laugh when something makes us laugh. It's something silly or something funny or someone tells a joke. But is it nice to laugh when somebody falls down and gets hurt? No. Is it nice to laugh when somebody drops their dinner all over the floor? No. Those things make that person feel sad. And if we laugh, they feel even worse. So we don't want to laugh at other people. But it's nice to laugh when things are funny. Things make us laugh, like if somebody tells a joke. Knock, knock. Who's there? Orange. Knock, knock jokes. An amazing way to make people laugh. All right. I think we have reached the end of our story time. We are ready for Knees Up, Mother Brown. I've got my paddle here. Now, whoops, where's all my little lumberjacks? Here's our lumberjack. This is the dancing dog. Can you say hi, dancing dog? And when the dancing dog is dancing in the air, you are sitting down and listening and singing and waiting. And then when the dancing dog starts dancing on our board, you can jump up and down and dance, dance, dance too. All right? There was a girl from France who didn't know how to dance. The only thing that she could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, up, never let the breeze up, knees up, Mother Brown. Sit back down. There was a magical golden goose. People were stuck, and then they got loose. Poof. And the only other thing that they could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Sit back down. There was a coyote who loved to sleep, and that salt lake was very deep, and the only other thing that he could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Sit back down. Here's our man. He's a teeny tiny man. There was a teeny tiny man who loved to do handstands. Now last time I think he did one, so let's see if he can do one again. You ready, little man? Oh, almost! And the only other thing that he could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Woo! Knees up, Mother Brown. Wee! Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Faster! Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, that was fun. Oh, boys and girls, give yourself some snaps. Give yourself some claps. And wiggle, wiggle fingers right up to the sky. Wiggle, wiggle fingers. Wave them all goodbye. Friends at home, thank you so much for joining us for story time. Don't forget, today's game code for this story time is Silly Goose, and now we know why that was our code. You can go to play.aadl.org to enter that code if you are playing the summer game in summer of 2020. And of course, as always, I have to recommend that everybody tunes in on Saturdays to watch the Saturday show. It's AADL's one and only kids variety show. It's on AADL TV. It premieres new episodes every Saturday. You can watch all the back ones. I think we've got like maybe 9 or 10 already done. Upcoming, we've got a fun one on camping and the great outdoors. We've got one coming up all about weather. They're really fun topics. And guess who gets to be on the Saturday show? Me and Elizabeth and Allison and Betsy was even on there, and Ellie and Colin was even on there. It is hosted by our Storytime friend Toby and his turtle friend Otto. Otto is a pretty good turtle. Otto and Toby are really good rappers. They make great songs. Anyways, I'm a huge fan. I have to watch the Saturday show every week or my week is not complete. I highly recommend it. All right, friends. Well, on that note, we are at the end of our story time. I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you next time.